Let's make some teacup candles the most homemade way possible. So in doing this a very homemade way, there are many other fancy ways you can do this, buy a real candle kit, etc. But we're gonna do things as if you have most of the stuff at home already. So you need your candle wax. Soy wax is what we tend to use. A teacup, candle wick, candle scent if you want to scent it. You can use essential oils, but you tend to have to use a lot of it and they don't have the best throw of their scent. And so these are actually candle fragrances from Candle Science that can be much better in their scent throw. A container to melt your wax in. If you're like, hell no to plastic, go ahead and use something glass. We are going to be doing this in the microwave to keep it super homemade. Some masking tape that'll help you center your wick. Hot glue can help too for just a hot sec. The first thing we're gonna do is hot glue our wick into the center of the candle. Hot tip, if you aren't super familiar with candle making, it is a science. Making sure that you have the right wick size so that you have a good burn pool is ideal. And that means that you won't burn straight down without burning the full wax amount. And so that is usually if you bought a giant coffee mug, you'd maybe want to have 2 of these smaller wicks spaced out in it. Next, we're gonna melt our wax. In an ideal world, you're gonna use a thermometer to make sure that you get this to the right temperature to pour and to add your candle scent. But we're doing this very homemade. And so we're gonna do the microwave at like 30-second intervals, keeping a very close eye on it. You can always do it with a double boiler or an actual candle melter too, of course. Okay, I've got my wax melted. Definitely stir it between every 30 seconds until you get to this point. Now I'm gonna add my scent, and I am gonna do a kitchen scale. You don't have to do this, but this would be to get a more accurate amount of scent in there. Both of these are about 8 ounces, and so a normal scent that we do is like 7 to 10% of our ounces. So if this is 8 ounces, I do maybe even like 0.6 to 0.8 ounces of fragrance oil that I'm combining in this. And what I'm gonna do is add some forest chai. I'm gonna tear this to get it to 0 on that. Oh, that's actually really nice. I think I'm gonna add on the lower end like 0.6. And then I'm gonna pour my wax. If you were doing it real, you'd follow the directions for how hot to pour it at with the type of soy wax that you get. But it's pretty traditionally like 120 to 140 degrees is a good time to pour and add your scent. Leaving it about 1/4 inch from the top. This also allows me that if this does cave in when it cures, I can still add a very small layer after it's cured of another round of hot wax, just a small amount to get it nice and flat. I'm gonna add masking tape to this to help my candle wick stay nice and centered. All right, so now this wick is gonna stay nice and upright. I am going to put it in my fridge to expedite it. This can sometimes cause the candle to cave in and that type of stuff if we're kind of rushing it. But we've done it enough that we know how to fix that with a little bit of another layer of wax. And so I'm gonna transfer this to the fridge. Okay, our topping pour, there's probably a more official way to say that, worked well. So it's nice to have a little bit of patience at the end to do that top pour just in case the first pour got a little too expedited. There's a little piece sticking out there. And now I would trim my wick. And then I'm gonna burn these beautiful candles after 72 hours of curing. Always wait that 72 hours, if not longer, if your soy wax tells you to really allow it to have the best scent throw and all that good stuff. And so cheers to all of your cute little tea parties and gifting you want to do for spring.